So before we will officially begin with the Archon quest, I would like to give you a quick rundown of what I think might happen. Crimson Moon Dynasty. I believe the majority was executed, but the Crimson Moon semblance description, there are still a few survivors who are hiding in the shadows. I believe Rerir stated that, I think the younger version of him, that they are still, even with the sun, like possibly the dark sun, hanging in the sky, which is basically the mark of the second dynasty, the Eclipse dynasty. People are still calling forth the ghost of a dead moon or something along the lines. I believe he was browsing through possible files of descendants of the Crimson Moon Dynasty who pose a threat to the Eclipse Dynasty. Maybe some of them got executed, like some of them were somewhere highlighted by a red cross. I believe that this signifies that they are dead. We know that Rerir is after the moon nevers, and he obviously was after Bina as well. Like, but I don't really know. Like, we know that there was a moon. Was it a moon marrow? I have no idea. It could be a moon marrow when we were fighting with Rerir. But yeah, Varka calls forth now all the factions, because it takes a bigger party to even stand a chance against him. Hidden in shadows. Alright, go to Nasha Town. Ooh, it's beginning. I'm only 10%.
It's been a few days since we said bye to the others in Nasha Town. Still no news about Rerir, though. Where could he have slunk off to?
Who knows?
If only he was gone for good. But with all the trouble he stirred up before, there's no way we've seen the last of him.
Hello, you must be the traveler in Paimon?
Radimir. The thing is, it is... I don't know, you're kind of cautious now, you know?
Mr. Flint has been looking for you. Unfortunately, there's been a serious wild hunt attack over at the quarry. He thinks it's time to regroup and figure out a plan.
Oh.
The wild hunt? Oh, uh-oh. We better get over there right away. Come on, let's go.
Alright. A nation that doesn't exist. Oh. Meet up with Flints at the quarry. A nation that doesn't exist. Kaenri'ah? Oh, and also, I forgot to mention the possible affiliations. Like Nefer and the possible affiliations with King Dashret. Oh my god. Ooh. They're like giant cracks. Probably launched by Rerir. They're emitting this kind of white hunt abyssal power.
I can barely sense any Kuuvahki at all. This whole area feels like a soulless husk.
Ooh, hoo hoo. He's literally eating the Kuuvahki.
Looks like his appetite truly is insatiable. As if the power of that energy cannon wasn't enough.
He's not seriously still getting stronger? What's his endgame here?
I mean, when he kind of completed in quotes, his body, he was beyond sanity.
Everyone's here already. Hey, we made it. So, what's going on?
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rerir to strike again. But it's like he just vanished into thin air. No one has seen him nor found any trace of his presence.
What about Varka?
That is, until this morning, when a ratnik found signs of wild hunt activity while out here on patrol. As you can see, the crystalline itself is physically intact, but the Kuuvahki it contained is all but completely diminished.
Oh, okay, they call it crystalline. The crystalline itself is physically intact, but the Kuuvahki contain is all but completely diminished.
And we're sure that Rerir did this. Who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like this.
Not sure if my eyes are deceiving me, but the smoke that is rising, I don't know, it looks kind of crimson-like, doesn't it?
Kuuvahki loss has reached critical levels. Rerir of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon, he will pose a threat beyond our ability to contain. The consequences could be catastrophic.
Yeah, he kinda, well, not kinda, but he definitely knows how to be a Kuuvahki. Or, well, he knows how to convert it.
Traveler, do you remember when we encountered Rerir just after regaining his body? There wasn't a shred of sanity left. Nothing but madness and rage.
I remembered well, he was already extremely dangerous even then. Yeah, and Tholindis. I don't know, it feels like some memories were like rushing back to him. And I don't know what Vedrfolnir or the Rina daughter could have possibly done to him. Maybe they pulled on some tricks. Like, it seems like they caused severe damage to him.
Yeah, didn't he shout out a bunch of names? Then he started raving about how nothing in this world mattered to him.
Yeah, and the entire world becomes his enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets chills just thinking about it. Oh, but the thought that he's still out there, lurking somewhere in Not Krai, waiting for his chance to strike? Oh, even chillier.
Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage. If he has such overwhelming strength, why would he suddenly go into hiding?
Yeah, if I were him and I wanted more Kuuvahki, I'd just take it by force. No point staying in the shadows.
No point staying in the shadows.
Unless something went wrong. His whole resurrection thing didn't exactly go smoothly.
The other thing is, how does someone who's completely lost their mind still have the wherewithal to cover their tracks so perfectly?
Beats me.
According to certain medical studies, insanity does not always entail a complete loss of rationality. It may be that he is simply living in a world of his own.
That actually sounds about right. He was ranting away to himself the whole time, like he had zero interest in talking to us.
There are many unanswered questions here. He could be right under our noses, and we'd still be in the dark.
I really wonder what it would be like to be in his position, and how does he perceive the world right now.
Besides his name and title, we know little about him. Certainly nothing about his past, or what he might be hoping to achieve.
Exactly. And we wouldn't even know where to begin looking. Even Boss hadn't heard of the Rerir of Solnari before all this. I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in Nodcry, we still wouldn't find more than, like, 3 useful facts about him.
Arlecchino.
So, if we do nothing, he'll just keep getting stronger. But if we want to investigate him, we have no idea where to look. Last time we had Marionette and her big robo-buddy to help us, and we still barely held our ground. If we had to face him alone... Oh, Paimon's head hurts just thinking about it. What are we supposed to do against a threat this big?
What are you thinking about, Lauma?
Well, I do have a little hunch about his next move. Given that he attacked the quarry, I'd say it's likely he'll target other places rich in Kuuvahki. Somewhere like the Eye of Krai, or the Pillar of Embla. One thing's for sure. If we just sit back and let him keep absorbing Kuuvahki, we really won't stand a chance against him.
Yeah. Well, we could patrol these locations, but it's kind of hard that we cannot sense them at all.
A perfectly reasonable hypothesis. However, it is worth noting that these two locations are quite far apart. To investigate them both, we'll need to split up.
I agree, we should split up. Right now, Rerir's goal seems to be gathering Kuuvahki, not fighting us directly. Once we're done, let's regroup on Hisi Island.
Wait, why Hisi Island?
If I recall correctly, your largest goddess statue was carved from Kuuvahki rich ore, was it not?
That's right. Yes, it could well be a potential target of his. I should head back and start evacuating the pilgrims.
Splitting up's always gonna be risky. But I guess we don't have much choice, right? We're in a race against time here. And if we do run into Rerir, what then?
Gotta fight him with all our might.
That's when you follow the third rule of treasure hunting. Run like the wind.
Jahoda is quite good at it. We have seen it several witnesses several times.
Didn't you say the third rule was
Go with the flow.
I don't know. Did I? Anyway, whatever. In this situation, go with the flow means go find backup.
Of course.
Agreed. If anyone finds so much as a trace of Rerir, do not pursue him. Get out of the area and alert the rest of us as soon as possible. We need to put safety first.
All right, we'd better get moving. Come on, Nefer, let's go.
I'm so nervous. Now listen close, Viri. But the proof of consent, that's not something... but yeah. The proof of consent, I cannot really pronounce that name. Are crucial keys to find the hidden treasure by Reed Miller. Oh, it's just so beautiful. I'm in awe whenever I'm here.
Any leads?
Nope. Diddly squat. No
Diddly
clues to where he might be hiding. It's like he's a ghost. It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second. Oh, I hate this feeling. I'd rather face him head on than be left hanging like this.
So, you guys didn't find anything either?
Not loving the word either. How about you, Flints?
I questioned a few Ratniki and eventually narrowed my investigation down to one suspicious individual. But by the time I got to his place, he was already gone.
Suspicious individual?
Almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either that or he's just extremely cautious and doesn't stay in one place for long.
He's been biding his time for a while now. The question is, where or what is his next target?
No idea. Since regaining his body, he seems to have lost all interest in the fragment in my possession. If he did still
The
want it,
heart.
he's had plenty of chances to take it.
I just find it really interesting, or, well, nice to see. Although Lauma seems to be really wary of plans, they're kind of coordinating their efforts right now, you know? They're working together because of one objective. And they want to ensure the safety of Krai and its people. Yeah, and of course Kutar.
All we can do now is hope that Aino and Nefer turn up some leads. Darn it, Rerir. If you've got the guts, come face me one-on-one!
Yeah, Jahoda. I'm sorry that I have to break it to you, but we're just a simple butt to him.
Wait, he's actually here? I didn't mean it, I swear!
Oh.
No, it's coming from
Is that coming from the cave, like Columina's current abode?
Silvermoon Hall. The Lady Kutar might be in danger.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Let's get over there, quick!
Oh, they're already fighting! Oh, it's happening! Oh no! She's already weak.
Why is he attacking the damselette? What's going on?
No time for questions. Stop him!
Come on, traveler!
This is insane.
Jahoda, get Kutar out of here.
On it.
Not again.
Look where your feeble light has gotten you. Now you shall plunge into darkness. Tholindis, soon I will find a way.
Watch out.
Oh my god. Oh no! Oh no! She's injured. Oh no! The goddess blessing. Oh my god.
Find them, even if it means turning this place to ashes.
Dude.
That was too close.
I have to let that sink in right now. Oh my god, I did not expect this to happen so soon. Oh my god. Tholindis. I mean, what the hell? I start to believe that Tholindis is an acquaintance of him. Someone he wants to revive. I have no idea, but that was so beautiful. The moment when their fingers, like the tip of the fingers touched and boom, and I don't know. Oh my god, that was really close. He went head on for Columbina, but I have no idea. Like, at first I thought, well, basically there is no Frostmoon Moon Marrow. So what if he is trying to kill Columbina so that she coalesces into Moon Marrow? I have no idea. I'm literally flashed right now. I'm literally flabbergasted. But we know for sure that Hisi Island is now a hazardous place. Holy.
We barely made it out of there alive.
Where are we?
What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy strong?
This is so scary. Varka, where are you? Oh, he's one of the 5 sinners, and that probably wasn't his full strength.
He's a threat to this entire nation.
Yep.
I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional standards.
I have a question. When me and Nefer showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead. What was that all about?
Oh, well, Nefer did recognize Columbina as the moon goddess during the Selene Chronicle, but I know doesn't even know. Time to enlighten her.
We weren't there for the whole thing either. They were already duking it out by the time we arrived.
Yeah, we didn't see how it all started. It all escalated so quickly, we had no choice but to step in.
Oh, I can't wait for Arlecchino.
Kutar, can you shed any light on the situation?
Kutar. Cross-checking database. I see. So you're the one that the Frost Moon Scions refer to as the Moon Goddess?
Wait, she's the moon goddess? Oh, no wonder she looks just like all those statues.
The dots are connected.
There are many reasons why people might worship the moon, and just as many why they might despise it. I've never met that person before, but there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility towards me. Why he holds me in such contempt, I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon, it's no surprise that I am a target.
Okay, so she doesn't know why Rerir has such disdain for her.
Kutar.
Well, that was just by a whisker.
There are many potential motives. For instance, you help the traveler escape his grasp. This could be his way of taking revenge.
There's more to it than meets the eye.
It is also possible that he covets the Kuuvahki inside you and seeks to take it for his own. The list goes on. But right now, devising a counter strategy should be our #1 priority. The likelihood of this location being discovered is close to 100%.
A counter strategy? But we don't stand a chance against an enemy like this. Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the world, right? So as long as we can sneak out of Krai undetected.
Jahoda simply changes the principles of a treasure hunter.
No, I can't say that. Come on, Jahoda. This is serious stuff. You can't suggest we all just chicken out.
Where's Nefer?
Running is our only option.
Oh,
You seem surprised, but what other choice do we have? We are facing an enemy we cannot possibly defeat in battle.
Well, I mean, yeah, but still.
It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to make your escape.
Wait, what? You're gonna act as bait?
she wants to keep you at bay.
Doesn't that make sense? I'm the one he's after. There's no need for you to risk your necks on my behalf.
Don't say that, Bina.
A coyote doesn't stop for bypassers while it's howling at the moon.
A coyote doesn't stop for bypasser while it's howling at the moon.
What is it, Lauma? The Frost Moon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess. My presence here is no longer essential, and this is not my home, so you needn't ask me to stay.
Her home is the moon. Come on. Come on, Bina, don't say that.
We can't just roll over and let him get away with this. That's not our style.
Yeah, we can't just call it quits after everything we've been through together. Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning the favor would be a little crass for my liking. But suffice to say that we are friends, and friends look out for one another.
Bina, see. You truly have people that sincerely and genuinely look after you and care for you.
Rerir's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
Running away won't stop anything. We stand or fight, no matter what.
But
No, but...
Kutar, I know why you left the Frostmoon Scions so long ago.
Yeah.
It was because people started treating prayer as a form of trade.
Yes. After all, it was more like they weren't really truthful any longer. It was just more the thought of an exchange and selfish motives. Sadly.
They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaningless offerings in return, and then expect you to perform miracles for them, as if that were their entitlement. If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything, and that sometimes it takes losing something precious to appreciate its true worth.
Lauma, oh my god, I love her so much, and considering that she was walking the path of concealment for a long time, I don't know, I'm so proud of her that she literally broke through the cycle. She really has grown as a person, and she isn't as blind as before. Well, she was never blind to begin with. She did this in favor of the Frostmoon Scions because she considers them family after all.
After much reflection, I've realized that this was never about whether the Frostmoon Scions need you. Any relationship based on need is purely transactional. What I truly hope is that you'll choose to stay, not out of obligation, but as part of our family. You were born here, and now you've returned. Who knows? Perhaps it was the moonlight that guided you home.
Can we even speak of moonlight when the moon above is, or the moon hanging in the sky is not real? No, I think, was it Ali? No, Isla, right? The first moon chanter. She witnessed the birth of Bina. I think it was inside the sanctum, right? And there was this tree. Props and credits to her, because she literally reformed the theological structure of the Frostmoon Scions, like the Hyperboreans. They were also beyond sanity, creating a sacred ire by keeping the bloodline pure and the very principles, like, I don't know, the rules they had. It was bizarre is an understatement. You were born here, now you have returned. Who knows, perhaps it was the moonlight that guided you home.
Thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. I'm afraid I will be of little use to you now.
I wonder who was like obfuscating that. Is it really just because she is not on the moon? Does the proximity of the moon really play a role? Okay, we will find a way. It's our turn to help you now. And also because like Colomina hardly remembers some like anything except for that one lullaby that she keeps humming and singing. It's our turn to help you now.
Very well then. I'll do as you say.
Both times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant. Is that one of your powers as the moon goddess?
It is, but I find it very draining. I barely managed to pull it off just now, and it will be some time before I'm strong enough to do so again. Rejected by the world, my power is dwindling. Like a lake cut off from its source, slowly shrinking away. Now, it has almost run dry.
Rejected by the world. It's as Durin said. He said that she can never achieve like wholeness or a complete version of herself or something when the world does not accept her presence.
What do you mean, rejected by the world?
The 3 moons belonged to the ancient bygone era in which they came into being. From the moment I was born, the world itself has been steadily sapping away at my strength.
Yep. That's why we need the Moon Marrow, to borrow the Eternal Moon's power. That was the time when the dragons still ruled over the world. But the 3 moons, I'm not sure if it was of volition, like out of volition, out of own volition, but they're also collab with or partnered with the heavenly principles. That's why we need the Moon Marrow to borrow the Eternal Moon's power. Well, the moon, like Arya, seems to be content with the Traveler, but not with Bina for some reason.
The 3 moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the Frost Moon, I cannot wield the powers of the other 2. Yet moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the other's glow. So when our fingers touched, I was able to restore my strength by drawing Kuuvahki from the Eternal Moon's marrow.
Okay. Or just like the first time, when she was drawing a ray of its moonlight, and also pieces of memories, or like fragments.
But this method of recovery is painfully slow. If only we could find the...
It's the Wild Hunt! Even faster than we expected. We'll have to finish this conversation later.
Iridescent Moon by any chance?
See how those wild hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely just a scouting party, which means Rerir won't be far behind.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get the heck out of here!
The Wild Hunt has descended. Arlecchino will soon appear. Okay.
Be silent. Observe. To dust.
Aw.
They just keep coming!
It's charging. I'm
Rerir's
scared.
closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
It's nerve-wracking.
And this time, we can't fall back on Tutar's help to escape. This goes on much longer.
Like a never-ending wave. Varka? It was a D10!
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could chew?
Yes. Oh. Oh my god, I think he looks so cool. And it seems like it was indeed like an animation era, because he has this vision on his person right now. Oh, this is so cool. Yeah, I mean, obviously, the last time we heard from him was in the letter that Nefer provided us, or like conveyed us, serving as our courier and the Doroko communication device. I think that was the first time when we actually heard his voice, and now he's there in person. This is so cool.
Uncle Varka! You're back from Vartnir?
Yeah. Vartnir. That was when Demian, the bartender at the flagship tavern, he was like updating us about his whereabouts, that he was currently occupied at the Vartnir, and according or based on the Norse mythology, it's like a pitch black and a dark sea, I guess. I can't help but imagine how Dialog and Varka keep tossing the Wolf's Gravestone weapon at each other. Like, it's your turn now. But yeah, that's exciting.
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole. Follow me. I know somewhere you'll be safe.
Oh my god, this melody. It's like the cue of the Arrival of a knight.
Oh, is that where I think it is?
That's the one. Come on, move! There's no time to waste.
What a surprise.
Wow! Where are we? This is so well hidden.
Like a secret establishment.
Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place in Krai, and a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network.
Ooh, the Northern Intelligence Network?
AKA the black market of intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. Their headquarters are in Krai, but they've got contacts in every nation.
So the hub for the Northern Intelligence Network, the Knights of Favonius meeting place, the black market of intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. Their headquarters are not Krai, but they've got contacts in every nation. Ooh. Huh.
As an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local intel. This is where we meet, so naturally, it's secure. Anyway, where were we? Folks from Krai should be pretty familiar with me by now, but I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
Oh, nice to meet you.
We've heard all about you. This meeting's been a long time coming.
It's long overdue. It's been 5 years.
You look way younger than Paimon expected. But you definitely have that Grand Master vibe.
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just not showing my age yet. Definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from Amsvartnir without a wink of sleep, only to get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac.
Yeah, that's where we have gotten like a short glimpse into their encounter or special meeting.
Another? You mean you fought him before?
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of the knights along to give him a little surprise, but he saw us coming from a mile off. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop him. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as any trained operative. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the Wild Hunt. The rest, you already know.
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuuvahki these past few days? Because he sees you as a threat?
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering power. He's clearly working up towards something.
Note to self, Uncle Varka's strength rating officially upgraded.
Ooh.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Krai? Why is the Wild Hunt returned in humanoid form? And why is it after you?
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Yes, big boom, Kuuvahki explosion, Kuuvahki absorbed. Ooh, completion, but just 10% of its original power. I know we need to back up to speed up, but what happened before?
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger. And all this Wild Hunt activity in Krai is the work of the Repay of Solnari, one of the 5 sinners. Oh, that's a lot to take in. Need some time to wrap my head around it all.
I'm truly sorry, Mr. Varka. You stood with us against the Wild Hunt and did everything you could to stop it from escalating into a full-blown catastrophe. And then, the one time you're away, it all comes to a head and all your hard work gets undone.
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't predict which way the wind will blow next.
Can't predict which way the wind blows next. Truly a statement coming from someone from Mondstadt, but yeah, he surely has a lot of experience under his belt.
And to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the Wild Hunt in the past, we've never been able to completely wipe it out. Turns out, we were just delaying the inevitable. But now that a new variable has come into play, fate may well take a different course.
A new variable? You mean us?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. The Wild Hunt is like an unrelenting force of nature, but Rerir is an individual with an agenda. He's gotta have a weak spot somewhere.
I think Bina said maybe you could use that obsession of him and turn it against him.
That said, while I was explaining everything just now, some of the points that Mr. Flint's added caught my attention.
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files, they also shielded Hisi Island from a lethal Kuuvahki blast.
Nicole?
I don't know who or what could pull something like that off. Heck, even Miss Columbina doesn't have a clue.
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
I guess it was called Wild Hunt Phenomena Logs?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log.
Yeah, or log.
A Krai and Ratnik's Field Journal, and Kuuvahki Survey Log.
Oh. A Wild Hunt Phenomena Log, a Krai and Ratnik's Feed Journal, and Kuuvahki Survey Log.
Oh. No. Still doesn't ring a bell.
Another dead end. Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing up when we most need them. Still, it's safest to assume they won't be intervening again. From here on out, we'll have to resolve this crisis by ourselves.
Yeah, kind of hard to keep a cool head amidst the turmoil, but we now have the Grandmaster personally on our team. Yeah.
Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. The reason I led my team to Varka was because we'd had reports about a possible source of the Wild Hunt showing up there.
Oh, false intel was probably Rerir.
But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I don't know who was behind it, but clearly it served its purpose. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it sounds like his scheming began well before his return. So maybe luring me away was all a part of his plan.
Was pushing off Varka as he sees, he sees him as a possible threat. So maybe luring me away was all a part of his plan.
But is it even possible that he orchestrated all of this by himself?
Oh, so someone else is also pulling the strings?
The Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari. Not Krai of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So, what do we do now? Got any ideas?
Right now, we've got at least 3 things to consider. Let's go through them one by one. First, we need to figure out how to take down Rerir. If we can't beat him in a straight-up fight, the rest won't even matter. To my knowledge, the bulk of Krai's fighting force is already gathered here. But even with everyone united, we're still no match for Rerir in his current state, let alone with his power still growing.
I wonder what his weakness is, because obviously if he used Kuuvahki, we simply absorb it. It's actually in his favor if we do that later, but
What if there was a way to tap into a new power of our own?
A new power?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. The eternal moon was the largest. The frost moon was the brightest. And the iridescent moon was the most mysterious. They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power. Enough to shape the workings of the world itself. I now bear the frost moon's power, and the eternal moon's marrow resides within the traveler.
Hold on. Are you suggesting?
Merging?
The iridescent moon. The last piece in the puzzle.
That's right. If we can find the iridescent moon's marrow, I will be able to regain my strength much more quickly.
The 3 moons are said to stir the tides and illuminate all things. Perhaps they hold further secrets beyond our understanding.
I believe it was the moon marrow, and it's most likely tainted by the abyss. I think... Was it when the cataclysm or like the destruction surge that she was mocking Kaenri'ah with her light? And it was so sweet how she's just like here swinging with her legs. Oh yeah.
According to my analysis, the solution is feasible. However, it is subject to one major condition. How do we locate the iridescent moon's marrow?
I know a way, but we will need to visit the Fatui's Experimental Design Bureau.
The Experimental Design Bureau? Are you saying we need to involve Marionette?
Yes. I must speak with Sandrone.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted.
Oh,
You shouldn't go alone.
And the company here, but yeah, I mean, the Paystar Edict's mission is also to retrieve Columbina, so it's pretty dangerous.
Then that's settled. Next up, our second priority. Somehow, we need to figure out Rerir's end goal. As you saw for yourselves, when he was still in his wild hunt form, everything he did was for the sake of recovering his body and resurrecting himself. His first act since then, after laying low for a while, was to try and assassinate this young lady. People's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities. There must be a reason why he despises the moon so deeply. Perhaps it sheds some light on his title, the Raker of Solnari.
I've mentioned that quite often, but apparently in some other languages it means the moon's hunter, but Rächer in German means an avenger of Solnari. So Solnari is most likely tied to one of the moons, because the letter that Ellis was holding, it had 3 names on it. Solnari and something with A and C. And Solnari, I'm not sure. Probably it's connected to the iridescent moon.
The Wild Hunt has plagued not Krai for centuries now. If we want to stop it for good, we have to get to the root cause of what's driving it.
It's true. We still know very little about him. If Kuthar hadn't given us that lead, we wouldn't even know his name.
But where would we even start? I doubt even the Intel Queen of Krai has a clue, and she has info coming out of her ears.
But the Fatui does.
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous when it comes to dealing with machines.
That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous when it comes to deal with machines. And then the Queen of Krai has the clue, and she has info coming out of her ears. Oh.
She heard me.
Hello.
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal. But it looks like this humble knight had something else in mind.
Details. Miss Nefer, the important thing is that you've arrived at the perfect time. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rerir. Given the severity of the situation, I think it's fair to say that our only chance lies in uniting as one. And I'm talking all the factions in Not Krai.
Goosebumps.
We can't do this without the Curatorium, but I knew it'd be a tough job to win you over. So, I took the liberty of reaching out for a little chat.
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about this place, Nefer?
Excuse me? This is the center of Angel.
Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a contact hub for the Northern Intelligence Network? And isn't it supposed to be super hidden?
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nodcry without my help? Besides, I'm the one running this gig. Of course I know where the meeting place is.
Of course, you mean?
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network.
It only makes
If it's
sense.
intel you're after, she's your woman. Pretty much seen and heard it all.
Of course she gets winds of everything.
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you've run into some trouble, huh?
The chemistry or like the atmosphere between her and Varka seems rather tense. You bring Nefer up to speed on what's been happening.
Well,
Not worth.
this certainly qualifies as an unforeseen crisis. On behalf of the Curatorium of Secrets, I wish you all the best of luck.
Of course.
So you're just going to sit this one out?
Why should I get involved? What could possibly be in it for me?
So all this hold open portraits for you. What about the curatorial secrets? What about Jahoda?
What if we told you we can't do this without you?
Oh? Then I'd say you'd better make it worth my while. I don't work for free.
I can't put a price on something like this. It's just not in my nature. But then again, you and I have always been polar opposites in this regard. So I can't exactly say I didn't see this coming. If you insist on compensation, I will pay you. Consider this a formal commission. Sound fair?
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a moon chanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to start passing the donation box around among the faithful.
Boss, just a thought. If they come up short, maybe you can take the difference out of my next few paychecks.
Oh, Jahoda.
Things got really dangerous during the fight with Rerir. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be ley line fodder by now. I'd be gone for good, boss. If there's any way we can make this work, I'd really like to help her. Please? I'm begging you.
Kaenri'ah's sister.
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. They are the hardest debts to repay. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well, Jahoda, I will help. But just this once. Don't count on this happening again. Flins, that fragment that Rerir was after, do you still have it on you?
Of course.
Let me borrow it. I need it to follow up on some leads.
Wait, you actually have some leads?
Shh. This is top secret information.
I get it. We all have things we'd rather keep to ourselves. Plus, I know we can count on you, so we'll leave the intel gathering in your hands. And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract him. We need time to make our move, so someone will have to stall him. I'm in for this part, no matter what. Anyone coming with?
Count me in too.
Come off it, you two. Quit playing heroes. I'm way ahead of you here. And Nefer did a scan of the moon goddess's Kuuvahki signature, and we're gonna use it to make some decoys over at the Kramkake craft shop. Anyone who's in, follow me.
That is so smart.
Once they're ready, we'll deploy the decoys across Nodcry. So as long as the rest of you keep moving, he won't catch on to your scent and won't be able to track you down.
We'll become a fishy.
I like it. Genius idea.
No biggie.
All right then. We'll split into 3 teams.
All right.
Once your team has finished their mission, return here and wait for the others. Dismissed.
They call you Grandmaster for many reasons. Oh, Jahoda, don't worry. We've got this. Ooh. Oh, this little doodly. So sweet. Okay, Kuuvahki experimental Bureau. We have to...
Lady Damselette. Wait. And you two? What are you doing at the Kuuvahki Experimental Design Bureau?
We have to pay your superior visits. Yeah. Imagine that I've been like desperately trying to catch Colombina just for her to leisurely, well, leisurely it's not the right term, but just like straight walking into the facility.
We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately. But if you're just gonna waltz up here like this, you're seriously pressing your luck. Don't blame us for doing what we have to.
Huh! You really think that's gonna scare us off?
We're not looking for any trouble. I just want to see Sandrone.
Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted fugitive for deserting us?
Well, the deal was done.
Out of consideration for our former ties and the crisis we're all up against, we'll let you leave in one piece. But don't even think about trying to get inside.
Sandrone!
Let them in.
But...
Are you going to make me repeat that?
No, my lady.
Sandrone seems to be in a good mood. It's the maintenance day.
This is intriguing. The music.
So tell me, to what do I owe the honor this time? Actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Bina. I don't owe you anything.
I promise it's nothing big.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time and satisfy my own curiosity.
I don't know, I like her character. She is quite whimsical and petulant, but that's just Sandrone for you.
Whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot enough to even consider sticking my neck out for your sakes.
Yeah. Pretty sure that she, well, we know that she has been refining Polonia.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
The Knave, father.
What? Huh? You mean the knave?
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino. Is she in Krai?
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the Rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Krai are me and... What is it you need to speak to her about anyway?
Dottore, most likely. And we still haven't met him. Okay, Pantalona and Pulcinella. She knows something. It has to be something because of the Crimson Moon Dynasty.
Rerir is hunting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the lost moon.
Marina seems lost in thought, but she doesn't look surprised. She must know more than she was letting on, of course. I don't understand what Arlecchino has to do with the Iridescent Moon Marrow, but at this point I have no choice but to go along with Colombina's plan. I think they never revealed it in Arlecchino's story quest, right? But in her character story, we know that she's a descendant of the Crimson Moon dynasty because Piero told her so. If it wasn't for Piero, I don't think that Arlecchino would have ever known about her past or her origins. But yeah, Parent Harry. According to Piero, the jester, it is quite accurate. So the events that took place are quite accurate, described or, well, recounted in Parent Harry.
Is that a no, then?
We are only doing this to stop Riri. He's our common enemy.
As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before someone decided to whisk me away to their weird little garden.
Weird little garden. But they're doing literally face to face.
Have you held any tea parties lately?
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent, insensitive guests who won't stop asking where you've gone. Oh, they've been a real joy.
I bet you served them the worst tea you have. Just like you used to do to me when I upset you.
I'm reminiscing now.
Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? I keep losing people.
Aww.
First Rosaline, now you? I'm running out of people who can make me laugh. Honestly, what could be more ridiculous than a multi-centenarian goddess who's only ever had the plain herbal tea she received as offerings?
Of course.
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time. Was it really just to see how I'd react?
Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practically my only form of entertainment.
I don't know, I just like it when certain personalities have their own way to show their care for someone, you know? She might not be affectionate directly, but I don't know, it's the same. The same applies to Arlecchino as well. It might come across as weird and bizarre, but I don't know. It's still like when it happens, you can't help but just puts a smile on your face. I wish you didn't return to introduce Colomina to new flavors. Maybe all that coolness is just an egg and they actually get along. That last sentence, I keep losing people.
Oh, yeah. And Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around too. But I guess we won't be seeing him again. Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Polonia! Have Fevronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea. Will suffice.
Pass along a message for me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons, so I'll be leaving one of them in her care.
A subject of friendship and trust.
Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? If my tea meant that much to you, maybe quitting the Fatui wasn't your brightest move. Back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection, no one would have dared come at you so openly.
But that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. At the end of the day, it was just another transaction.
Yeah, just another transaction. Absolutely. Well, Tsaritsa said that she can call the Fatui her new home or like family, but after all, that family was just like craving for her power as a moon goddess as well.
I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions, and I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless supply of power.
I think it's really smart to zoom out and focusing or shifting the focus on this lamp. Yeah.
It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, it may be a different group of people, but I see the same greed in their eyes.
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much of a reason to stay as I do. The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, the Fatui demanded everything from you in return, until it was more than you could bear. I get why you left. And frankly, I have no interest in dragging you back just because the higher-ups told me to. But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths, we might be enemies for real.
Why do you have a problem with the variable? Us, the variable. She says that, but she's the one who just caved in and agreed to help Columbina.
Guess that's our cue to leave.
Let's go. We better not keep Varka and the others waiting.
That might be your plan. But it sounds like someone else wants you to stay a little longer.
Huh? What do you mean?
Wait, Tholindis didn't pass the message yet.
Listen.
Wait, is Rerir there?
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt. A horde of monsters is headed straight for the facility.
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area. I'll handle this.
Tholindis is so freaking cool.
Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself?
You'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. You really think you can afford to worry about me? Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped Paulownia from crushing him last time, but I've made sure that won't happen again. The entire Experimental Design Bureau is rigged for war.
All right.
Stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged as friendlies in the weapon system.
Just be careful, okay?
Don't tell me what to do. Look, if you're leaving, make it quick, or you'll just get in my way. There's a secret passage on the second floor. It'll take you right to the plains out back. Stare all you want, Bina. You're not getting another invitation to my tea party.
I know. But thank you anyway, Sandrone.
That drives her only more nuts.
This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. All their melodrama and sentimental nonsense is rubbing off on you.
Oh, it's that
Come
scene.
on then, Mr. Rerir. Let's pick up where we left off. It's your Wild Hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creations. Let's see who comes out on top.
Oh, are we operating it now? Ooh! Get over here!
Lock onto target.
Locked in. Master. Can we just blast them away? Blast them up? Ooh, what are we now? Are we flying? We can move?
Good work, Bosco 1. Bosco 2, prepare to fire.
Oh yeah, we surely are a cannon now. Woo! Get off here! Pew pew! Ooh, sniper.
Keep them pinned down. Don't let them get near. Rotate out. Deploy all backup units. Get in there and hold the line.
those big guys now.
They're more tenacious than I thought. Whatever. This is where the real fun begins. Don't worry. Once this is over, I'll put you all back together again. I promise.
Sandrone. Oh.
Finally, the Ranger himself.
Oh, he's here.
Huh? Where'd he go? Uh-oh.
Please don't jump scare. Stay safe, Sandrone. His blades look so cool. Are those even blades?
Polonia, get him! I've upgraded Polonia again since our last encounter, and uploaded every last scrap of your data. So let's finish this, once and for...
She's not here. Where did she go?
He will leave again.
You big...
Curse it. Moon. Go. Keep searching. She cannot have gotten far.
Oh my god. Oh, it's the secret room! The secret chamber!
So this is your method for investigating Rerir's past? It almost looks like some kind of ceremony.
Good deduction. But it's quite a different affair from what you're used to with the Frostmoon Scions.
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was off limits, so I pictured some kind of creepy dungeon. But it's actually kinda nice. Oh, I guess this must be Sumeru decor? That's where Boss is from. And that nice shopkeeper who sold me my treasure compass.
Nice shopkeeper? Does she mean Dori?
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned, but it looks like you're all set. When do we begin?
Whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've got a feeling this isn't going to end well.
Premonition?
I've never faced Rerir myself, but from what you've told me, his power is beyond anything I could imagine. I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should never have crossed, yet here I am, forced to make an enemy of him.
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets. So what are you saying? You're getting cold feet?
Once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to ask myself if the power I'm relying on will even work on an opponent of this caliber. And also how to make sure I come out of this alive if things spiral out of control. Death is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great equalizer, however fortunate or unfortunate we may otherwise be. So it's important to consider how to spend what lifespan we have left.
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death. It's bad luck.
For once, I agree with you. When you're up against a foe like Rerir, there's no such thing as being too prepared. Is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary. I've already made up my mind. Time to cash in a precious favor I've been saving for a rainy day. Jahoda, I need you to find someone for me. The sooner the better.
Find who?
That shady merchant who sold you an overpriced treasure compass the other day.
Dori.
Come on, boss. You're pulling my leg again. In what way is she shady? She showed up when I was completely lost and sold me a neat little gadget that was exactly what I needed. Trust me, she's a good person.
You're too naive, Jahoda. Oh,
Anyway,
that's the thing.
I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Sonic. A few moments later.
I genuinely can't run any further.
Who could have guessed?
Hey, aren't you?
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee.
Da, 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 da. I love Sumeru's music so much.
See, look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening, she could have completely snapped at us. But instead, she kept it together and just asked for an extra fee.
Oh yeah, just an extra fee. You don't know the numbers that she's demanding. Surely getting a whiplash of the side of the bill.
Dori, Sangama Bay? I never would have pictured you two doing business together.
I think that's also how the Dori managed to run a business and not cry, right? Because Nefer helped her all on account of their homeland, on account of their common homeland.
If you want to make it big and not cry, it's all about connections. Lady Nefer just so happens to have a lot of intel that interests me. And she also did me a big favor in the past. It was back when I first arrived in Not Cry. My trusty assistant, the genie in my lamp, had an adverse reaction to the Kuuvahki and fainted.
Oh.
And when you know it, that's when I suddenly find myself in a life-or-death situation. Good thing my compatriot was there to swoop in and save the day. I've been giving her a 30% discount off all of my goods ever since. Now, so that no one here feels left out, I'm willing to extend a 20% discount to fellow friends of Boss Nefer.
Of course.
Plus, any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord Sangama Bay is nothing if not generous. So, let me guess. You've run into some trouble? I've got everything you could possibly need. And the more you buy, the more you'll save.
You guessed correctly. What have you got in the way of survival gear?
The one type of gear I've never been short on. What are you looking for? A jetpack fresh from the Academia's labs? An ancient suit of armor dredged up from the bottom of the sea? At the very least, I need to know what kind of opponent you're dealing with here. If even you're worried about staying alive, it must be pretty serious.
A sinner.
What if I told you it's someone with the power to bring a nation to its knees?
Wielding word-shedding powers.
Is that so? Then we really are talking top-shelf treasures. I don't have anything like that in stock right now. I'll have to ask my supplier.
Your supplier?
A powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't reveal her identity, but luckily for you, I hear she's planning to visit Not Cry in the near future.
Alice?
If you're willing to wait, I can ask her when she's here. Can't say exactly how long that'll be, though.
Then, let me put it another way. What would you do if you encountered an enemy like that? Roll over and serve yourself up on a silver platter?
Of course not! I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No, no! This is for my personal use only!
Let's just say I'm borrowing it, all right? Just for insurance purposes. You'll get it back later. Favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got a chance to repay one. A win-win situation, don't you think?
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 mora. Deal?
Deal.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
Is there something wrong with it?
That will be all. Take care now. Don't trip up on your way back, friend.
See you later! You're my favorite shopkeeper.
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. The ceremony can now begin. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I go. You will see many strange things in your mind's eye.
Like, right off my head, it kind of reminds me when the academia students were like inhaling this incense to connect their minds to the Emerald Soul. But I believe this has something to do with her abilities, like the shades that she can create or summon. Perhaps. I still wanna lie, she definitely has connections to King Dashred. Or like maybe past his demise.
So remember, don't be frightened and don't make a sound.
We're merging now. After laying down the ground rules for everyone who will be joining the trip.
Now then, let us peer into the Rerir of Solnari's past.
Oh.
I made it.
Oh.
I don't recognize this style of architecture. Must be Kaenri'ah.
Oh. Well, that is quite a feat. I don't know. Nefer really amazes me. I wonder if she also has inherited some kind of power from like the 7 pillars. Kind of reminds me of Mandubis when he split his power into fragments. And what was the name again? Manbu? Bunma? Banmu? Banbu? I can't recall it, but he implanted star fragments into Sethos and Sino. We're basically in the past right now, 500 years ago, I suppose.
Simple furnishings, table and chairs. It's a more ordinary house than I might have expected.
Yeah, it doesn't look like noble and prosperous.
Looks like the fearsome Rerir of Solnari came from surprisingly humble beginnings. Unless this passed for luxury in Kaenri'ah. Unlikely. It was said to be a very prosperous nation in its heyday.
Oh, there's a mirror.
Anyway, I'll keep exploring.
I don't know, I really wonder what's Vedrfolnir and Rerir have done to him. I don't know. And it's so cute. It's like attached now. Ooh. But it's gone, of course. Investigate the note on the table. Oh, this is so exciting. Check. A few storage boxes sit next to the cabinet. Everything is like it's neatly organized. Whoever lives here seems to be enjoying a pretty comfortable life. Ah! So we're Rerir right now. Ooh, his eyes. Yeah, he actually had blue eyes. I don't know, something is telling me like deep inside that he actually had a really sad Thus, and I really cannot describe the hatred I have towards the Vinster King. King Ermin. I would like to curse, but not worth it now. Such a lunatic and avaricious. I can't even call it a human being at this point, honestly. But yeah, let's read the note. A handwritten note.
Hi, Rerir. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab shop. I've heard good things about their menu.
Oh, Sumeru?
I'll test it out, and if it's as good as everyone's saying, let's go back together sometime.
Could this be a Tholindis?
P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a pin rack. Hope you like them.
They didn't sign their name, but they must have been close. Sounds like they were living together.
Is that a map? Or a scroll?
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection, but I went alone. Tholindis was tied up with something and couldn't make it. Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to ask about other things. If you ask me, someone who asks that many personal questions is too nosy for their own good. But if he invites me again, chances are I'd still go.
Tholindis. That's the same name Rerir mentioned.
Grain imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushrooms only. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I heard it's even mildly corrosive. Seriously, why would you even eat something like that? I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy. That just isn't the kind of thing I like to eat.
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be because Kaenri'ah is underground, so it doesn't get much sunlight? That would explain why they use so much stone in their buildings. They even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the people of Kaenri'ah don't have many options when it comes to dining.
I've just about saved up enough now. Time to buy it and keep it somewhere safe.
Making a big purchase. I wonder what it is.
Most of what's written in the diary are the mundane details of everyday life. See that the author was an ordinary Kaenri'ah, or at least that they were passing themselves off as one. The author's handwriting doesn't reveal anything. It's neither showy nor stiff. In fact, it doesn't really leave any particular impression.
He really is a professional. No wonder he's so good at covering his tracks. Despite what he's become, it seems like he's retained certain habits, at least in this regard.
Near the end of the diary, you notice a page with a shallow indentation along the bottom. Well, I mean, I think the lack of vitamin D made them all silly. The higher ups, at least. Oh my god. Like, artificially nourishing. In worst case scenario, that's how you treat your experience. The previous page has been torn out. For now, its contents remain a mystery.
Did Rerir rip it out himself?
But pen marks little like these leave a trace. With something like charcoal to add some color, you just need to find the right angle. When Nefer looks around, she sees a fine charcoal pencil on the desk. Before long, she has restored the missing words. Compared with the forgettable handwriting from before, these lines have been scrawled in rather more haphazard way, as if the person who wrote them was in an emotional state.
Before I met you, I was convinced that my heart was nothing more than a stagnant pool.
Oh. So Tholindis was Tholindis his lover?
The burial place of a fallen moon. A withered, windless grove where the waters rested forever unrippled.
The burial place of a fallen moon, a withered, windless grove where the waters rested forever unrippled.
It was you who helped me see that my heart hadn't entirely withered away. That it could still beat to the rhythm of love.
This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. Why would he go to the trouble of hiding that? The burial place of a fallen moon.
The Crimson Moon. Observe Rerir's memories.
Rerir, over here.
Oh, Dainsleif! When he was younger?
Dane! Oh, and, Vedrfolnir? What a surprise to see you here, sir.
Hello there, Rerir. You need not address me so formally outside of court.
Don't be shy, just show them hello.
He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him over for a drink. Even the court prophet deserves a break every now and then, right?
I just find it so interesting to see that Vedrfolnir and Dainsleif are sitting at the same table. It's really sad how things turn for the worse, turn for the worse. Like two brothers. I have no idea what to say. I really do not know. It's just like really sad. It makes me really, really sad.
Rerir, over here.
Dane! Oh, and, Vedrfolnir? What a surprise to see you here, sir.
You could tell they both also shared a friendship. Even the court prophet deserves a break every now and then, yeah. And once he presented his prophecy, he got blinded. I don't know.
Well, I'm flattered.
So, what are we discussing today?
Hey, don't look at me. As far as I see it, we don't need an excuse to have a few drinks.
Come on, don't give us that. Didn't you say you were about to pop the big question? How's that coming along?
Who'd have thought the great Twilight Sword was an even greater gossip?
Yeah, that was his promotion.
I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married, that's all.
So Tholindis was indeed his lover.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
So, are you planning to come clean about your job then? I'm guessing you still haven't told her.
She died.
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to pick the right time and place. To be honest, I have no idea how she'll take it.
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. I bet she'll be much more impressed by your actual job than the one she thinks you're doing now. A member of the King's Guard. Quite the cover story. Does the king himself even know?
Of course he does. Anyway, enough about me. How have you been?
I hate him.
Me? Same old, nothing much to... Huh? What's up, Ved?
Another prediction?
It's nothing.
Vedrfolnir, Dainsleif's elder brother. Renowned throughout the court of Kaenri'ah as the Visionary, and said to possess a wisdom far beyond the reach of any ordinary man.
You know, I believe the trilogy said that his predictions were never wrong either.
And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have something to say about me. Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother, or just another of the Vinster King's blades? Why did he react so strongly? Was it really to do with what we were talking about?
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. So this is what Rerir looked like back in the day.
Back in the day, 500 years ago.
Perfectly normal. No different from anyone else. As frightening as this monster is in the present, there's something even more unsettling about seeing the human he used to be.
Continue to observe Rerir's memories. It's her! Is that Tholindis then?
Tholindis? You're back early.
So we were right. We were right with our guesses. But apparently Tholindis is not his sister, but a lover he met. And kinda, I don't know, his heart, as if it started to beating again. I don't know. As if her presence or existence taught them again how to love. Okay, we know where it goes then. So yeah, Tholindis, as I said before, when he was calling out the name Tholindis, it sounded rather like painful.
Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than usual. How's your day been?
Her eyes are so beautiful. So she clearly does look like she's from Kaenri'ah. So yeah, he wants to propose to her.
Aw, why the long face? Is something the matter? Has your boss been giving you a hard time again?
I think they really need it, you know? You can see the contrast between those and him spending his life in a subterranean kingdom. Like literally a remote place far from the sun. And that's why his skin is pretty pale. I believe he still thinks about the look that Vedrfolnir gave him. Pretty sure he predicted something again. Pretty sure he saw something not so nice.
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a good thing?
Vedrfolnir showed up today too. You know, Dainsleif's older brother.
The visionary.
Ah, Mr. Vedrfolnir. Yes, I've heard of him. They say that everything he says ends up coming true.
He overheard Dainsleif mention that I'd recently proposed and seemed to have an issue with it. But when I asked what it was, he kept it to himself.
So, you're worried? You could be such a child sometimes, Rerir. We're nobodies. Why would the visionary be concerned about us? I'm sure someone in his position has much bigger fish to fry.
Maybe you're right.
You worry too much, Rerir. We've been together for ages now, and everything's been going so well, has it not? You've even proposed to me.
So, you do remember. Tell me then. What's your answer?
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this. We may be nobodies in the grand scheme of things, but if we want things to work out, we've still got to plan ahead.
All right. Take your time. Just don't keep me waiting forever.
I can't. My heart.
Nobodies. Sounds about right. In the eyes of people like Vedrfolnir and Dainsleif, what do we matter? Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Besides, the dynasty's fate rests with the king and his inner circle. Whatever I do, it won't make much difference.
All he wanted was to live a normal life.
Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects everything. These days, the king is lost in his research, and the purge of the Crimson Moon bloodline grows ever more intense. The opposition tried to speak out, but nothing came of it. And I'm under no illusions as to why. Because we eliminated them and got rid of their bodies. A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but there are few good excuses to use it. Yet the king has never even considered a gentler approach, and he never will. What becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Can he ever find true peace?
Oh no.
Tholindis, It's nothing. You were right. Fate has never smiled upon nobodies like us. But by the same token, it's unlikely to bear a grudge against us either. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together, cherishing the simple joys of each day as they come.
See? You just need to stay positive, Rerir. I can feel your warmth, your breath. You're right there, right by my side.
I mean, now it makes sense. A heart, what does a heart mean to me any longer? It doesn't matter. I don't know. It's like their fate rests in the hands of the Winster King and he has no control of it at all. They have even reached to the point where they consider themselves nobodies. Like this inner cycle who has more privileges. Is it right to call it privileges? It's unfair.
Just seeing you makes me happy in a way I can't explain. And that's something that no one could ever take away from me. So smile, my love. Let go of that frown.
Okay. I'm so... This is my weak point. This is literally my weakest spot.
You're right, Tholindis. I've just been overthinking things.
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening. Speaking of which, all set for the ball tonight? I need to go get ready.
You go ahead. I just have a few things to take care of, then I'll come join you.
So who was that child then?
Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine, I'll go get started. But don't be late. If you keep me waiting too long, I won't be a happy bunny.
Relax. I'll be there. Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna leave my proposal hanging and still expect me to take you to the ball?
Well, that goes without saying. I already told everyone I'd be coming with a dance partner.
The amounts of screenshots I'm taking.
Besides, they're two completely different things. Let's take it one thing at a time, all right?
All right. White outfit it is.
It seems like Rerir was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services by giving the impression that he was just an ordinary member of the Vinster King's Guard.
Like Dane said, it's a cover story, right?
He clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancée to know about his other life. Then again, that's hardly surprising. People in the intelligence trade rarely do.
It's just insane. Like, I really wonder if he will even confide in Tholindis. He's like tracking down every survivor of the Crimson Moon dynasty, disposing of their bodies. I don't know. What a brutal life that is. I hate the king. I hate him so much. I don't know. It's crazy.
Who'd have thought we were in the same line of work?
Like Varka said, there are certain things that we keep to ourselves for a reason.
Let's dig a little deeper.
Leave the hut. What is that corridor?
Our last operation was a resounding success, and all thanks to you, Rerir of Solnari. In total, we apprehended 32 dregs of the Crimson Moon, and 67 accomplices.
Okay, so now it makes sense. So Solnari is tied to the Crimson Moon, Iridescent Moon. So they were also disposing of the Crimson Moon remnants as well.
After all these years since the dynasty's fall, so many of them still linger on.
It's like an entire purge.
Indeed, it cannot be denied. Yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be overcome by the eclipse, and that His Majesty, the all-seeing Vinster King, now guides our nation on the path to prosperity.
I hate him. I feel so sorry for Rerir and the entire bloodline of the Crimson Moon Dynasty. Like the generation of the Crimson Moon Dynasty. Also the path to prosperity. My ass. I don't want to know the nightmares feeding Rerir. And poor Tholindis is also in the dark. It's terrible.
Kaenri'ah has no further need for a dead moon. But alas, there will always be those who refuse to see the truth, choosing instead to romanticize the past.
That's not entirely true. Much about the Crimson Moon era was worthy of remembrance. And that's exactly why they keep trying to see it restored. Many of its secrets remain unsolved to this day. As it happens, that's precisely the field of study my partner is devoted to.
You still haven't told her what you really do for a living.
Where would I even start? How do you tell someone that you're one of the king's hand-picked executioners? That your hands are steeped in blood?
You didn't choose this life, any more than I did. Orphans like us don't get a say.
But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for it. Speaking of which, we need to be more rigorous in the way we identify direct descendants of the Crimson Moon. Someone, it seems, has strong opinions about my future plans. Most likely my marriage in particular. I have a feeling that we may soon become targets of the Crimson Moon's retribution.
Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and for that very reason. These are no helpless lambs we're leading to the slaughter. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. Take care, Rerir of Solnari. I look forward to toasting you at your wedding.
Thanks, Thorkel. You look after yourself, too. Tholindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to. But that's exactly why I can't tell you everything. There are things you shouldn't know. Things you cannot know. The moonlit dynasties are a thing of the past. Yet even now, with the sun shining high in the sky, there are those who would call forth a dead moon's ghost. Could that be why Vedrfolnir held back? Or was it because of some court secret he's not at liberty to share? I have to get a clear answer from him. No matter what happens, I will protect Tholindis.
Rerir seems to be very concerned by Vedrfolnir's reaction. Vedrfolnir and Dainsleif. The Visionary and Twilight Sword. So that's what they were really like. I've investigated this whole area now. There doesn't seem to be any other memories here. Should I try somewhere else? Wait a second. What's this black smoke?
Is it what I think it is?
So, he's late after all. Just you wait, Rerir. You're in for it. Big time.
Is this Tholindis? Are those Tholindis memories?
Are you waiting for someone, ma'am?
Oh no.
Could I tempt you into buying some flowers?
Huh. I remember, so this this child was shown in a special program, right? Perhaps a descendant of the Crimson Moon Dynasty? What if this child told her about the terrible deeds within the circle and spotted one of the executioners? And this turned out to be Rerir.
Oh, sure. Pick me out a pretty bunch if you would.
Also, could we consider Tholindis an archaeologist?
Thank you. But I'm afraid none of them are as pretty as you.
For someone so young, you sure have a way with words, don't you?
Please show us its face.
I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eye. You'll see I'm not lying.
Oh yeah, it is an descendant.
You're...
May we have a word in private?
Who are you? And what do you want?
It doesn't matter who I am. Too many of her kind have fallen lately, so I decided to take the risk of reaching out. Not long ago, the Ray here of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds. We suffered many casualties, and many who came to our aid lost their lives as well.
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me this. And I don't want to get involved.
She does know.
Wait, hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his true identity. His name is Rerir, and he claims to be one of the King's guards.
That is a heart-shedding way to find out the truth.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner. But surely, you must have caught a whiff of the blood on his hands.
Why are you telling me all of this now?
Simple. It's because...
How strange. Rerir was nowhere to be seen in that memory. It clearly belonged to Tholindis. Rerir couldn't possibly know what happened if he wasn't even there. Why would her memories appear in his fragment? The ceremony won't last much longer. I think it's time to call it a day.
So that was your doing? Did you just pull us inside Rerir's fragment to spy directly on his memories?
Any more questions and I'll have to start charging.
I had no idea you could do that, boss! Seriously, that was amazing! We're not worthy. We're not worthy! I gotta admit though, I'm itching to see what happens next. Feels like we barely scratched the surface.
I'm just as curious as you are, but the ceremony only allows for limited time inside. That's all we can see for now.
Still quite a fee, though.
Luckily, we managed to learn quite a lot.
So far, so good. I just hope the others are doing okay too. Especially the group with the Traveler. Their mission is a risky one. Let's hope it's all going smoothly.
If you're worried about them, go see how they're doing.
If I know boss, she's gonna need some time to write up all the details and make sure it's all coherent. I'll stay behind to lend a hand, but feel free to head back and meet up with the others.
this is where we're going to meet Arlecchino.
Oh, they've been prowling around for nearly 2 days now. These things just won't quit. Oh, they might not have seen us yet, but them constantly sweeping the area, our way out is completely blocked.
We're going to meet Lynette in for minute 2. We'll just have to sneak past nice and quietly.
Oh, that's never gonna work. One little slip up and it's game over. If they spot us, they'll run straight back to Rerir. And once he knows we're here, it won't be long before he's breathing down our necks again.
Be that as it may, we still have to try.
Oh, guess you're right. Alright, time to zip it.
Everlasting as the moon! Oh! Eh?
Oh, they've been prowling around for nearly 2 days now. These things just won't quit.
Hello. I just caught attention to the title. So, what do we have to do now?
Quick, hide! We almost got spotted.
Ooh.
Phew, that was a close call.
Oh, it looks so spooky from afar.
Watch out! It's coming this way.
I just found it funny because we can't jump. Ooh, what if I just run into it?
Keep going. We're nearly there. This is the final hurdle.
Just holding my breath. Arlecchino!
Oh, there's no end to these things.
You can't keep going like this. Surely there must be another way out.
Fire.
There she is.
Fire? Wait, what's that smell? Oh no, there's a fire!
The White Hunt. That was quick. Look at her.
Sandrone was right. You look weak, Bina.
Hi.
The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the Tsaritsa, and that's why you've lost most of your power. Freedom comes at a heavy price, doesn't it?
Yep.
It's Arlecchino! You came!
Hello again, Bina. And greetings, guests of the House of the Hearth.
It's been a while, Arlecchino.
Yay! Oh. I love that. The sketches are so funny. Oh, Polonia. Miscalculated again, Sandrone.
Stupid right here of stupid Solnari. Ugh, whatever. I've got all the data I need. Next time we meet, you're finished. He sure doesn't pull his punches.
I love her voice so much. It fits the character. But you know, the tea party ceremony, or like the casual tea parties that she holds, it feels like you're leaning more towards the theory she is, by any chance, Marianne. But then again, she died. Like, you couldn't possibly transfer a consciousness of someone who is dad. Well, but he was considered a prodigy, so we don't know what kind of magic he could have conjured in terms of machinery. Unless it took place before she died. The ritual is happily enjoyed, right? And illness. We'll see about that.
Excuse me, do you need a hand?
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Can't you see I'm busy? Wait a minute. I recognize that voice.
It's Fremine!
Hello, Miss Sandrone. Father sent us over to help.
Huh. How considerate of her.
Hi!
Hey,
it's the siblings!
Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Lenny, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my machines. Nearly every machine that cat girl touches ends up going haywire. Go put her on cleaning duty or something.
Then let's start downstairs. Fremine, we'll leave this place to you.
You've got it.
Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll have to make it yourselves.
Well, she surely knows that Lynette does love tea. So return to the secret base and discuss your next steps. Well, you know the drill. We will tackle thugs later. But so far we have gathered quite the amount of intel. And also Nefer. Do we think that she started at the academia? No wonder why she's getting called the great storyteller. And why she does indeed know the past. Fragments of the past. But she needs certain fragments to do, like, to proceed this ritual kind of thing.
It's a relief to see you all made it back in one piece.
Thank you.
Huh? Feels like there's quite a few people missing. Where's Flint's and the others? And what about—
I returned ahead of them. Flint is helping Ino and Nefer to set up the decoys and buy us some time. As for Miss Nefer...
Boss is still wrapping things up on her end. She sent us back to fill you all in on the top secret intel we've been gathering.
I see. Then let's get right into it. But first, who do we have here? You brought someone else in to help?
Greetings. I was invited here to help as a longtime Tea Party companion of Columbina's. You may call me Arlecchino.
Surely it can't be.
Yeah.
Those eyes. Oh, where have I seen them before? Wait, of course. In those memories we just saw.
The descendant of the Crimson Moon Dynasty.
The only Arlecchino I know is the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers. So either you share a pretty uncommon name, or you're more than just a Tea Party buddy.
You're well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Krai, and yet the people and affairs of Snezhnaya seem to hold a special place in your heart.
Oh, the feeling's mutual. Sounds like you know all about who I am, too.
The atmosphere in here just got really tense. Guess we can't just start trusting Fatui Harbingers, even at a time like this.
She's so pretty!
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the moon goddess no longer belongs to the Fatui, what makes you so willing to put your neck on the line here?
Is it friendship?
Nor does Krai belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Varka. Yet still, you're fighting for it all the same. Things don't always have to have a tangible payoff. Sometimes, stopping things from spiraling out of control is a higher priority than chasing the spoils of victory. Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's between Columbina and myself.
Arlecchino was instrumental in helping us save the whole Fontaine. I'm confident we can trust her. Absolutely.
Forgive me. I don't mean to doubt you. It's just that the Fatui really have been the source of many of our troubles.
I mean, it is only valid to have reservations, after all.
We have our own way of doing things here in Krai. But ever since they arrived, the Fatui have treated us with nothing but hostility.
I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past. I've done my utmost to avoid friction whenever I could. But sometimes fundamental conflicts of interest simply can't be settled amicably. That's why I'm here solely in a personal capacity. This has nothing to do with the Fatui. As a gesture of good faith, I'll be frank. I can help Bina track down the Iridescent Moon's Marrow, which will help her restore more of her power. Anyway, what else is on the agenda? Let's begin.
She says she'll be frank, then completely skips over the details. Looks like she doesn't want to give away too many secrets after all. But she clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now. I guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers after all. One look and you can tell she's not someone you'd want to mess with.
Please, stare at her now. She likes to say, staring into my eyes is a little wise. I can promise you like what you see.
Well, since Miss Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability to handle that, we'll proceed to the next topic. Jahoda, time to share that top secret intel.
Alright, listen up everyone. First, we now know that Rerir was originally a Kaenri'ah secret agent whose primary mission was to hunt down and assassinate the so-called Dregs of the Crimson Moon.
The Dregs of the Crimson Moon?
In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon and Eclipse, and a whole bunch of other stuff from the time of Kaenri'ah.
Yeah. Poor Arlecchino.
To my knowledge, those were the names of two different Kaenri'ah dynasties. Long, long ago, it is said that the people of Kaenri'ah worshipped the Crimson Moon, drawing a mysterious power from its reflection. But one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed, hence the name of the new dynasty that replaced it, and how it became the new emblem of Kaenri'ah.
Still, long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse dynasty, the Vinster King, still coveted the secrets it left behind. So, he sent the Rerir of Solnari to secretly hunt down the Crimson Moon's few remaining followers. In those days, Rerir showed no signs of madness. In fact, he was as normal as any other person. Oh, and he had a fiancé, or at least a would-be fiancé, called Tholindis. What's the matter?
Just after Rerir regained his body, he called out that name.
Vedrfolnir, daughter. Tholindis.
Oh, it kind of hits different now. The last time, it sounded quite desperate, you know? And now we do know who that Tholindis person is.
Interesting. Anything else? What about this would-be fiancé of his? Do we know anything about her?
Well, she was a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum, but it felt like she was hiding some kind of secret.
Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, Rerir's fragment also contains some of Tholindis' memories, though only a very small portion.
Which is quite interesting, because it was his heart, after all, you know? Like, heart, and love, and Tholindis.
Well, no shortage
heart
of
could also
potential
mean
leads,
pain.
I'll give you that. In any case, it sounds like we can conclude that while Tholindis was still around, Rerir appeared to be lucid and quite normal.
Yep.
Tholindis, it seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't let go of. Tell me, though, were these pure-blood Kaenri'ahs we're talking about here?
Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she was a pure-blood Kaenri'ah...
The curse of immortality, she might still be alive.
Oh yeah! Just like how it was with the captain!
If we could somehow find her, do you think there's any chance Rerir might regain some of his sanity?
Rerir said something like, Tholindis, I'm gonna fix this, or I will find a way.
It's possible, but it would take a miracle. We can't pin all our hopes on that. That merchant who Nefer knows, Dori Sangama Bay. Maybe we could hire her to look into it.
All right, then. Let's keep working in our separate teams. Traveler, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino will go look for the Iridescent Moon's marrow. As for the others...
On the way over here, I noticed that the wild hunt monsters had grown even more frenzied in their search for Kutar. At this rate, the people living here will be in grave danger too. So I'm thinking of gathering together some of our followers to go wipe them out.
I'll head back to the curatorium and meet up with the boss.
Feels good knowing we've all got something to be getting on with. Given that the Wild Hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely begun their own operations too. If that is the case, someone will need to pass the news on to Flint's. I'll hold the fort for now, then discuss our next move with Flint's, Ino, and Nefer when they get back.
Alright then.
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything, we'll be on our way.
We'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we can.
Relax. Just do your thing. Now, I decided to call in some backup since things are getting so hairy. Our reinforcements should be here any minute now.
Albedo and Durin?
Stay safe, everyone. Dismissed.
We're back. Did we get here a little early? Or a little late?
Oh, Flint's.
A tad late. The others have already set off. To summarize, our resident moon goddess has found us a new ally, and Boss Nefer has uncovered some promising info. Everything going smoothly on your end?
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall them for. The decoys are getting taken out way faster than we imagined. I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired right now.
You're a child of Dora, my dear.
Oh, right. Nefer, could you fill in Uncle Varka on what we just discussed with Flint's?
Sure. Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how when you went to investigate a source of the wild hunt in Vartnir, you discovered that it was just a diversion. But according to Flint's intel, several outbreaks of the wild hunt had already occurred in Krai in the period leading up to that.
Several outbreaks of the Wild Hunt had already occurred in Krai in the period leading up to that?
That was before Rerir had regained his body, when he was far from regaining his full strength. In other words, in theory at least, he still lacked the means to act in two places at once.
Oh, was it someone else who tried to keep him off them?
Flint's, with everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across Krai are rallying to fight back against the Wild Hunt. They're gonna need your help. I know, I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something far more effective than decoys. But for now, you should stay here and get some rest. And Nefer and I will head back over to Vartnir to see if there's anything I missed.
I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I? A deal's a deal. Not a word about my snack intake for the next week.
Database updated. Reliability of Ino's predictions increased.
Oh.
What does that mean?
They were betting on how you'd respond after hearing their intel.
It's the obvious choice, isn't it? That's hardly worth betting on.
We already decided that Nefer should go investigate the situation over at Varka on her own. You might as well stay here and keep watch.
Varka.
Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides, you still haven't fully recovered from ambushing Rerir.
So I've ended up with the easiest assignment. Well, I appreciate it, everyone. See you when you get back.
Varka is a hard nose to Krai. Ooh, I'm so excited! So it's still on Hazy Island. Oh, we cannot open the map.
Here, this will serve as a good spot to cross over.
She going to summon a porter or something?
Hold up a second! Since you brought us all this way, would you mind telling us what you got planned? We still haven't got the slightest idea what's going on here. And if even Bina doesn't know where the Iridescent Moon Marrow is, how do you?
Obviously.
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon. And one of the last surviving embers of the two worlds' flames.
Well, can she use her weapon to summon the sad bridge that connects to her? I believe that is where the Moon Marrow is currently resting, which is why we cannot sense it, especially with the weakened state Bina's currently in. Balemoon Blood. A blessing and a cursing at the same time.
Huh?
Oh, okay.
Are you serious? Isn't you're a descendant of that Crimson Moon dynasty we were just talking about? The one from ancient Kaenri'ah?
Your surprise is understandable. I was also taken aback when I first learned of it.
Yep, Piero.
But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the signs had been there all along. When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like blood through my veins and smoldered away inside my nerves.
A shiver went down my spine when I was reading her character story for the first time.
What's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotion or drew too deeply on this power, it was like some kind of presence within the fire would begin to gnaw away at me, consuming me from the inside out. Exactly. That is why my hands are like this too. At first, I saw it only as a curse, but once I became a harbinger, the jester apprised me of the truth. Together with my own investigations over the past few years, there are several things that I have gradually come to understand.
I mean, that is also how she can create these after images, right?
For instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered remnants of the Iridescent Moon, fused with the Abyss to prolong its lifespan.
So it's basically the is that the Crimson Shadow then?
Since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the Iridescent Moon's former power and the corruption of the Abyss. You all understand the nature of the Abyss well enough. I draw upon its power, and in return, it hungers for my soul. This strange blackness is the mark of corruption it has left behind.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
If I recall correctly, you once told me that if the corruption ever made it to your heart, you'd become a completely different person.
Yes. And that's the reason I'm always careful not to push my power too far. It's essentially a never-ending tug-of-war.
Oh, sounds intense.
Holy. For instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than shattered remnants of the Iridescent Moon fused with the Abyss to prolong its lifespan. Since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is the fusion of the Iridescent Moon's former power and the corruption of the Abyss.
Anyway, the rest of my story can wait. Is there anything else about the Crimson Moon or the Iridescent Moon that you're unclear about?
Paimon has a question. So, the Crimson Moon that the Kaenri'ahs used to worship was actually the Iridescent Moon, right? Which was one of the three moon sisters. Does that mean that the Kaenri'ahs were to the Crimson Moon as the Frost Moon Scions are to the Frost Moon?
So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they were like. But I would suspect that the Kaenri'ahs weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear. The Iridescent Moon's remains simply served as their link to the Abyss. Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the Abyss. Or maybe there was some kind of ideological divide. Either way, a dissenting faction staged a coup and drove out the royal heirs of the Crimson Moon dynasty. Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead, the Crimson Moon's glow never truly faded. If you want living proof, it's standing right before you.
Yeah.
The first time we met, I sensed something familiar in your presence. When I looked at you, I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my eye. In your flames, I saw its broken image, surrounded by a strange black aura.
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the Crimson Moon is still a mystery, and I'd prefer not to end up as the object of an insane research project. Anyway, time is against us here, so if there's any other questions, they'll have to wait. I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letter, Sandrone mentioned that since you are unable to contain the Iridescent Moon's marrow yourself, you intend to leave it in my custody. Correct?
That's right. For now, it's the only way I can pay you back for your help. The Iridescent Moon is already part of who you are. So with its marrow in your possession, you'll be even more powerful than before.
Deal. Then let's get started.
Get what started? What does this place have to do with the Crimson Moon?
When I first became a Harbinger, the Jester gave me a book called Parenheri, also known as Leobranto Innamorato. You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's a love story set in the Crimson Moon era. But setting aside the tangled romances of its characters, it also records a few interesting details.
Can't really recall Angelica, Parenheri, and can't really recall that man's name either. They were like competing and stuff.
In the Crimson Moon era, or so the story goes, there was an orphanage that received children from beyond the bounds of this world, and subjected them to a peculiar induction ceremony.
The chimney rates. That was so weird. They were like adopting children to turn them into transcendent beings, like descenders. There was Parenheri who was forced or tasked to walk or crawl through a very narrow and dark corridor. And they repeatedly ask him if he's dead, and he was like, no. He denied it, and at one point he told them, yes, I am, and then they asked him, do you see it? And I'm not sure if it was an illusion, but he suddenly saw the appearance of a giant eye and the Crimson Moon hanging in the sky.
Beyond the bounds of this world? For real? And what kind of induction ceremony?
The Crimson Moon sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpassed the gods. But fearing they might lose control, they subjected these children to a process of refinement. They made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, have you died? Did you see it? Until they finally admitted to having died and seen a crimson moon. The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual, telling them, within the fireplace, you have traversed the flames between two worlds. Here and now, you are born anew. The book leaves much unsaid, but I suspect that this was their way of branding the children they had enrolled, leaving an indelible mark upon them so that they would forever live in the Crimson Moon's light.
That explains why I can't sense the Crimson Moon's marrow in this world. It makes sense that it would be sealed in a special space that can only be accessed temporarily through some kind of ritual.
But there's no fireplace here. Do you see a chimney anywhere? Oh, are we supposed to build it ourselves? Okay, fine. Paimon will go find some bricks.
That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between two worlds. In other words, the flames that burn within me. Those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of ghostly afterimage in the world. In the days of Kaenri'ah, people believed they could be used to bridge the gap between the two worlds of life and death. In short, I can open a passage to that space for you. That's the easy part.
And the hard part?
The catch is I'll need to stay on this side to keep the passage open. So I won't be able to come with you. Once you're inside, you'll have to find your own way.
Of course. After all, you're basically the bridge between those two words. Don't worry, we've got this.
Very well. Then I'll open it up.
Traveler, spare me a little more moonlight if you would. I may need it.
Touching hands.
Thank you. I feel like I've recovered some of my strength now. It should be enough to move us across short distances and confront whatever dangers might await.
Mistress of the seven hues of ages past, great mother of the present, crimson-clad sovereign of the two realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed, I offer myself now and beseech your descent.
Shoo. That looks insane and creepy.
One word of advice. As you're crossing over, no matter what voices you hear, do not answer.
Got it.
I sense a sinister gloom inside, but also the familiar light of the moon.
So what was your wish, Iridescent Moon?
I feel that I am about to meet an old friend who has changed beyond all recognition. All right, let's go.
Please don't switch to position. Everlasting Moon. Enter the space where the Crimson Moon is.
Seismic changes often begin with small windows of opportunity. This could be your window.
Could be your window. Oh, I'm so excited. This is crazy. It's literally hard to, well, to imagine what kind of power Arlecchino was always harboring inside. Traces that will leave behind and the sounds. And it sounds like the music is coming from that portal. It is so creepy. Okay, this is the bridge right now, right? Go through the passage. Oh no, that is the passage, the corridor.
And craving death and rebirth. Wait, why are you? You have crossed over from another world, transcendent fate itself. I have no right to.
So creepy.
Hey, look up at the sky! A red moon! This must be the spot, right? Is that the abyss? It's practically filled the entire place. What now?
Oh, was this truly your wish, Iridescent Moon?
What a tragic sight. Fragments of your broken body, seized by the abyss, and hung up aloft like mummified remains. Iridescent Moon, was this truly what you wished for?
Looks like there's only one way through there. Let's keep going and see what's ahead.
Careful! There's something spooky about this place. Feels like something is lurking in the fog. Haimon's right behind you. Whatever you do, don't run off without her. By the way,
It's the moon mirror.
didn't you tell us that the iridescent moon had shattered into pieces? The moon up there looks pretty whole to Paimon. How is that possible?
Everything is tainted and corroded. Looks so gross. Ooh, it is shattered.
Just like I thought. It was only a facade.
Position of an ingot can literally change the entire image. And so why did Colomina say again that the moon can be treacherous? I don't know what that thing is that is running down there right now. Oh, a ruin guard.
Huh?
So the Iridescent Moon's mirror is up there in the sky.
Huh? For real? That's way too high. There's no way we'll be able to reach it.
No. I'm not sensing anything up there. It's coming from under the mountain.
What are these things? They're like deployed around the moon. They somewhat look like those tight sea stones. Seems like it is hidden inside another space.
Let's see. Ah! There's some kind of weird shadow over the water.
Do we have to destroy the mud-like stones or rocks?
Wait, see that? Looks like a mechanism of some sort. Let's check it out. Looks like a device from the time of Kaenri'ah. Maybe people once came here to study the Crimson Moon's domain, and they left this behind. Oh, if we can activate it, we might find some clues.
Does it become bigger? No, it turns redder.
Hey, look at that! Now that the mechanism's running, the shadow in the water looks different. Do you think these mechanisms might be the key to unlocking the secret? Let's try to find more of them!
They are most likely remnants of the Eclipse Dynasty.
Tholindis, we'll leave the rest of the research in your hands. We'll be heading back now.
I hope this isn't ruining date night.
Ugh. Mind your own business. Just leave me some snacks on the table.
Tholindis? Is that Rerir's girlfriend? How
Yeah.
come we're hearing her voice here?
Didn't Nefer previously mention that she was a researcher at the Universitas Magisterum?
Oh yeah. So, do you think she was studying this strange space all along?
Huh.
The abyss has made this space extremely unstable. Maybe that's why some of the things she said and did were preserved here. Like echoes. Or after images.
Whenever I see this view, it takes me back to a poem from my childhood. Waning moon, oh lifeless damsel, weeping on the mountain crest. Mourning still in wistful tone, her fragile soul now laid to rest. For me, of all people, to be here investigating the mysteries of the Crimson Moon space. Is it a coincidence? Or something more?
Is she also descendant? Because she was clearly hiding something.
Looks like the Abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working again. Let's see if there are any other devices nearby.
Imagine Tholindis is also added to the wanted list. That would be... Oh! Did we unlock another memory?
So the Moon Marrow, or rather the power of the 3 moons, is the key to unlocking...
So the Moon Marrow, or rather the power of the 3 moons, is the key to unlocking?
If it really does exist, then maybe this madness can finally be put to an end.
Madness? I wonder why that is redacted. I guess we'll figure out more now. What happens if we...
The abyssal energy here is too strong. We better pull back for now. Take cover behind the rocks.
Ooh!
With the Abyss inhibitors in place, I should be able to access the chamber with the Moon Marrow. Oh, Rerir, with every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire. But you're not the root of the problem. Ever since that outsider set foot in Kaenri'ah, the Vinster King has sunken deeper into madness.
Our sibling.
If only I could get my hands on that outsider.
Hey look! The moon's reflection is back to normal!
Did she try to kill our sibling?
Tholindis' voice mentioned a chamber with the Moon Marrow. Do you think maybe it's hidden in the moon's reflection?
It must be. For within it, I sense the fragile aura of a dying soul.
Then there's no time to lose! Let's go!
Enter the reflection of the moon. Who would have guessed? Whew. Is it Tholindis' dying soul?
These things are so creepy! Looks like we'll have to destroy them if we want to get to the Iridescent Moon Marrow.
Ooh. Yeah, it's expected. Look at the roof towns. The Moon Marrow is completely drenched in it.
That must be the Iridescent Moon's Marrow! Oh, but we'll need to destroy these things before we can reach it!
And right now I have to think about our spaceship as well. my god. It's corrupted.
We finally did it!
The iridescent moon's marrow. Still burning away like an undying flame, yet now contaminated by the abyss. It has taken on a new form entirely. If we can purify the abyssal power within, we should be able to obtain its untainted essence.
Leave it to me.
It's so cold. Is it you? Are you here?
Arlecchino told us not to listen to any voices.
Huh? Are you talking to us?
At long last, I can see you once more. Our fates have crossed, and I am finally free. I'm sorry, I lied to you. Even knowing what was to come, I still couldn't let go of the fear in my heart as death drew near. The moment the moon shattered, my body began to split apart piece by piece. Like I was being cut into pieces by 1,000 blunt blades. My thoughts scattered as the cold crept in. But I could not bear to fade away like that. Tell me, what was it that brought you to us all that time ago? If only I had possessed your courage, then I might have been spared this torment more painful than death. You look so puzzled. That's how I felt too when I first saw you. But trust me when I say that everything happens for a reason. Farewell, Hypo.
What was that all about? Was that the goddess of the iridescent moon? Oh.
Hypo?
It sounded like she was speaking to a long-lost friend. But none of us have ever met her before, right?
Devoted to Bina, right?
Perhaps. She took me for the goddess of the frost moon she once knew. For a fading soul like hers, our auras must be too similar to tell apart.
But anyway, we've got the Iridescent Moon's marrow now. That should help you regain your strength, right? Alright, time to leave this place and meet back up with Arlecchino. Let's go! That's odd. This place looks different than when we came in.
Waning moon, oh lifeless damsel.
Oh. Hurry! The place is collapsing!
Collapsing?
It wants to trap us here.
Yeah.
Who's it? The abyss?
Now we've taken the moon marrow. All that's left here is a dark will. It will show us no mercy. Give it back! The crimson moons! My marrow! My heart!
Finally! Huh? Oh no! The exit's blocked! They're back!
Arlecchino?
Now what do we do?
This is where you fall.
Witness my rise! Everlasting effort!
What are you waiting for?
so spooky.
We made it!
Oof.
Is that you, Arlecchino? Did you save us? Wait, your hands! They're...
It's flaring up again.
Oh, this? Don't worry. It's a small price to pay. The Abyss wanted to trap you inside, and I defied its will by bringing you out. No wonder it's a little angry.
Is there anything I can do in return? If I can purify the Abyss of Power, then maybe...
No. I have paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already fused with the Abyss. Purification would simply destroy whatever's left of them.
But surely... Oh... We're so sorry, Arlecchino. Paimon can't believe you'd make a sacrifice like this for us.
As much as I'd like to call it a favor, the truth is I was simply holding up my end of the deal. Well, Bina.
Yes, you did your part. And as promised, I will leave the Iridescent Moon's marrow in your care. From this day forth, may the two worlds' flames burn ever more brightly.
I'll take that as a blessing. Now, Bina, give me your hand. Accept this moonlight I offer in return.
Oh.
Feeling stronger?
Way stronger.
Hey, Bina, are you okay?
I'm fine. Our powers are a little at odds, that's all.
By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a stretch. Still, I think it's fair to say that your strength has returned. At least to the level it was at as Third Harbinger.
It's still not enough. There's no way I can hope to challenge Rerir like this.
But what happens to Tholindis then?
Just one more ray of moonlight, if you would.
Please, Bina, don't push yourself too hard.
It's okay. I can take it.
Both of us? Aww. They're turning blue now? Aww.
How about now? Fighting fit?
At the very least, I won't have to stay hidden like before. I want to see him gone from Not Krai. The Rerir of Solnari and his wild hunt must be sent back where they belong.
Well, it's good to have something to aim for. You certainly seem more alive now than you did earlier. When I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moonlight. More like a wisp of fog drifting in from who knows where, ready to scatter at the first sign of a breeze. But now, you're full of vitality. Just like the Frost Moon, once the brightest of them all. May you keep shining, Bina. This is who you are.
I love you, Arlecchino.
Thank you.
I love you so much.
Look after yourself too, Arlecchino. I know you have plans of your own, and that's why you're always seeking to grow stronger. But whatever you're after, don't let the Abyss take a hold of you. I do not wish to see you go down the same path as Rerir.
I appreciate the concern, Bina. Although perhaps it's time you took a new name.
a name?
Are we going to name her?
Kutar, the Moon Maiden, Bina. They're nothing more than code names. They describe who she is and the roles she's played, but they're not her real name. We often use code names in the House of the Hearth, too. But it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. Up till now, you've been living a wandering life, so you've probably never really cared.
She doesn't even know her real name.
All I'll say is this. Once you've defeated Rerir, give it some thought. All right, that's it from me. I'll get you back safely first, then go meet up with Sandrone.
You're the best!
Let us know next time you need a hand. We'll be sure to return the favor.
I appreciate the gesture. It speaks to your good character. Anyway, let's get going. There are more urgent things to do right now than trade compliments.
A nation that doesn't exist.
It was a close call, but we got the Iridescent Moon Marrow and restored Bina's strength, and that's all that matters. In other words, mission accomplished. Paimon wonders how everyone else is doing.
Okay, that marks the end of Act 3, and now Act 4 is starting. It didn't take that long, right? I think like 3 hours or something. A nation that doesn't exist. Only images remain, the final glimmer of the waning moon. The way to receive uninvited guests, fire suppression. The abyss only seeks destruction, yet it is still craving for it. Man. That was beautiful. When we were like forming like a triquetra. You know the rule, guys. I'm gonna take a breather, gather my thoughts, and then we will see us later. Well, that was quite a wide ride. Like, I needed to digest this for a while because there were many moments where it was like silence into shock into silence, and I don't know, I was simply at loss for words. Like, I can't imagine the crisis Rerir was in. Like, don't get me wrong, I do not justify or like excuse his actions, but as an orphan he was introduced to this occupation as a child, basically. Yeah, as a child. Only with Tholindis did he learn how to love again, or how to love in general. Like, I don't know, in his cold and dark world, she was the only hue. And we will save this talk for later. First things first, I didn't expect things to become quite eventful right away. We knew that Rerir regained his body and encountered Varka on Varka's way back, but still that was interesting. Speaking of Varka, his entrance was quite cool. I like him a lot. Given his injured state, he sadly but understandably has to oversee things from the backstage, but it's quite interesting how he delegates the missions. Also, the Northern Intelligence Network, the base for the Knights of Favonius when meetings. Or for meetings. Well, Nefer made it possible for Varka to establish like the foundation in not Krai, or like avert any complications. And speaking of Nefer, in this entire diving into memories fire ceremony, like using this chess set, like this was something that was quite a feat. This is quite interesting, but also dangerous. Like, the minds are practically connected to Nefer, and it definitely poses a danger if not taken care. Well, dealt carefully, yeah. Or rather, handled carefully. Makes me wonder what happens if someone starts to freak out during this, during this session. But yeah, yet I came to understand even more why Nefer gets called a storyteller who also knows bits and pieces of the past, given what we have witnessed. And yeah, I think It's kind of crazy. When we explored through Rerir's memories, I couldn't help but have a queasy feeling. Rerir lived a double life, a life as an ordinary man who has a girlfriend, soon to become fiancé back then, content with a humble lifestyle, but also as a sort of ancient who apparently has to persecute and exterminate descendants of the Christian Moon dynasty. He covered this through with a fabricated lie that he wears as a king's guard. It seems that Dainsleif and Vedrfolnir were also aware of his double life, and you could tell it didn't sit right with Rerir when Vedrfolnir gave him an uneasy look, probably having another prediction about Rerir's future with Tholindis. It surely troubled him, but then again, why would it matter as they are only nobodies? Yeah, that's brutal actually, but like, I don't know. King Ermin, I hate you, I loathe you and your madness, like, I don't know. I really have no idea what to say. It is brutal because we know what basically happened. You know, the cataclysm, the call of the abyss, the sinners, etc, etc. It's just like, sad is an understatement. Like I said before, I won't excuse or justify Rerir's actions, but what else would you do if commanded by the king personally? I don't know, he would most likely be executed if he refused. Like, all he wants is to live a happy life with Tholindis. He wants to marry her, and even at the cost of others. It's quite a complex and moral topic actually. Then this child who saw consolation from Tholindis, breaking the news that the man she said to marry turns out to be responsible for the slaughter of the remnants of the bloodline. You would be struck by denial, confusion, and little fear when you hear that, being in disbelief. Also, the Crimson Moon. When Arlecchino shed light on the mystery, you know, that the iridescent moon, or the Crimson Moon, is basically remnants of the iridescent moon infused with, ta-da, the abyss. I'm sick of it. I'm literally sick of it. I can't even hear that term any longer. The Balemoon's Bloodfire is basically a mixture of the moon's power and the corruption of the abyss. That means whenever she uses the power, it will gnaw at her body. It will eat it away as sort of compensation for using that power. And it is quite twisted and crazy, like a power from the light realm and also from the Void Realm. When Arlecchino initiated the ritual to summon the space to the Crimson Moon, oh, that was thrilling. The Iridescent Moon's domain was something very gloomy and also disturbing in my opinion. You could say that the people definitely didn't worship the moon any longer, but the abyss instead. Tholindis in a poem from her childhood. I'm literally racking my brain over the question of whether she's also a descendant from the Crimson Moon era, and that would be problematic. The memories that appeared in the domain suggest that she was of the Moon Marrow, as it creates something wanting to put an end to this madness, and also mentioned our sibling. We know that our sibling was used as a vessel to absorb infinite abyssal energy, which didn't go as planned, obviously. I also wonder if Columbina's theory is right, that this was the voice of the Iridescent Moon, believing that she was talking to the previous goddess of the Frost Moon. Either way, we successfully purified and collected the Iridescent Moon's marrow, and now it's in Arlecchino's custody. When we created a kind of chitchat by touching Columbina's fingers, I just find it beautiful, as if it highlights a new bond. Not sure how to describe it, but I'm glad that Columbina now has enough power to not hide anymore. This being said, it was quite a good quest. I really enjoyed it. Like, a lot of things were already clear, but it was, well, explained more in depth and details. There are many funny moments as well, like Jahoda and her inner monologue, and those pretty relatable, or when Lynette touched the machine and it literally broke into pieces. Also the tea parties. I really wonder what they were like. You know, like with Rosalie and Thrain, Sandrone, Columbina, Child. Yeah. And Arlecchino. It's sad. It's sad. I don't want to get sad again. Don't want to shed any tears, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below the comment section what you think of this entire act. I really like this. I'm looking forward to Act 4. I'm actually so hyped and so excited. I'm brimming with excitement to see my baby Doreen. Yeah. Really interested to see how things will unfold. And it will be a thrill, I'm sure. And hopefully things will go for the better turn. But yes, we will see about that. Like Arlecchino says, freedom does come at a cost. So which cost do we have to pay? Or which price do we have to pay? So yeah. I will hopefully see you in the next act. Take care and yeah. Bye bye YouTube. Bye bye.